The show you're about to see is performed by highly trained professional athletes. The moves and actions that take place are incredibly dangerous when not performed by skilled professionals. Please do not attempt to try and do any of what you see in this programme at home.
What is that? Bells, something jangling. Oh, what? Who on earth is that? Oh, just spat that. What is going on? This mystery man is booted Ligero in the face. That guy's huge. Look at the size of that guy.
I mean, Joe Connors is about 6'4", and this guy must be about 6'6", 6'7".
And now Connors seems to be suggesting that this mystery assailant picks up this chain. What's he doing?
Can you hear Liam Slater screaming? That stuff went straight in his eyes, and oh my God.
Last time I was in an NGW ring, Screwface sprayed a green mist, whatever it was, into my eyes. I was sprayed in the eyes and I was physically blinded in my right eye for 2 weeks. And those were the longest 2 weeks of my life, because I genuinely didn't know if I'd be able to see out my right eye ever again. So I might not understand why he's doing it. That's not going to stop me fighting him. No more trying to find logic and reasoning behind a man that has no logic and reasoning. He's lit a fire in me. So now it doesn't matter about what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, logic, reason, gone. The only thing that matters is ending this war.
Episode of British Wrestling Weekly. 2 huge grudge matches as Liam Slater and El Ligero get their chance at redemption. Slater takes on Screwface, and in our main event, El Ligero goes one-on-one with the righteous Joseph Connors. Right now, let's go to our ring announcer, Stevie Aaron. Looking for revenge against Screwface. Huge crowd on hand here at Hull City Hall. Dave Bradshaw here alongside former British heavyweight champion Alex Shane, and Alex Slater has been tormented for months. Tonight he gets a chance to get his own back.
Well, it was one of the biggest stories of the last 2 seasons of British Wrestling Weekly, and now it may finally come to a head. 2 huge grudge matches, Ligero and Connors, and right now, Screwface against Liam Slater in a packed Hull City Hall. Dave, this one is going to be serious.
Now, why on earth is Connors out here?
He's accompanied by the righteous Joseph Connors from Arsenal North. This is the man simply known as Screwface.
Well, to answer your question, Dave, every single time we have seen Liam Slater in a ring, in an NGW ring, to do with anything regarding Joseph Connors, it's manipulation and psychological warfare 101. It was that type of warfare that brought Connors into NGW with those very cryptic video messages, and unfortunately for Liam Slater, he has been at the brunt of it, a brunt which might end right here with a huge man known as Screwface.
Well, Connors would be well served to focus his attention on El Ligero. He's got that enormous match coming up a little later on. And as for Slater, well, look at the task facing him. This mysterious monster that Connors has brought to NGW, Screwface, is a daunting mountain of a task. for one of NGW's most popular competitors.
NGW's new executive producer, Mark the Beast Lebet, as much as he is attempted to try and focus the direction of NGW by putting Slater and Ligero in that season opening tag team match, the pressure to finally get these two men in the ring was too much, and that's why we have that huge double grudge match main event on this episode.
Look at the look of determination, the pure intensity in the eyes of Liam Slater. Yeah, don't forget, Alex, this is the guy who was... Oh, God! Screwface charging at him. Slater with the forearms to the face from Slater, and he takes down the big man. God, Slater has come prepared.
The last time we saw Liam Slater in a singles match, it was that epic confrontation with Joseph Connors. And if there's one thing the rivalry of Connors has done for Liam Slater, it has turned this young man into a gallant warrior in an NGW ring.
I was about to say that we know Slater is such a fun-loving young man, but his persona has taken a decidedly more serious turn thanks to, oh my goodness, thanks to the torment that Connors has put him through.
And look at this by Slater, huge body slam. And my God, I'm impressed. This young man has endured so much, but grown so equally to go with that psychological warfare, like I said, manipulation. And let's not forget the physical hammering that Liam Slater has received at the hands of Joseph Connors.
Slater charged into the corner by Screwface. There you see some of that raw power that Slater has to contend with.
And a real disadvantage here for Slater is the fact that Screwface, nobody really knows anything about him. How do you prepare for a man like this?
Yeah, that's a great point. Slater, such a student of the game, likes to do his homework on all of his opponents. That was not an option coming into this big grudge match.
And what's Screwface going for here? They've charged it on. Slater moves out of the way just in time.
Slater with another one of those forearms. He's knocked Screwface away for a minute, but the big man comes back. And Slater in a precarious position up on the turnbuckles. Potentially a big moment of this match early on. Slater knows he's in trouble, headbutts Screwface away, and now Slater is perched and primed. Liam Slater on the top rope here in Hull City Hall.
Oh, but Slater distracted there momentarily.
Yeah. Oh, Slater may have landed hard on his left leg. Oh, this is trouble. This is trouble for Liam Slater. He's clutching at his left ankle.
That was a bad landing, Dave.
Yeah. I think you've got to blame Connors for that, right? The distraction from Connors was what caused Liam to be distracted before he jumped off the top.
It's so easy to overlook the importance and the weakness of tendons and bones when it comes to professional wrestling. Wrestlers spend a lot of time working on the muscles, but there is no machine in the gym that can help you strengthen bones and tendons.
Oh my
goodness.
Look at that. Chop block from Screwface, doing further damage to what may already be an injured left ankle.
And referee Adam J has been told by Mark Lebet, if these guys want a grudge match, let it go. Oh, look, special guest ring announcer Katarina Lee there at ringside looking concerned. And so she should, because Adam J has been told, let these guys go. But maybe that is a bad call by Mark Lebet.
Slater is still showing the heart of the lion, trying to fight back. And Screwface charged. Slater moved out of the way, Screwface into that ring post.
Oh, I just mentioned Katarina Lee. And she's a veteran of the professional wrestling industry, 15 years in the business, Dave. And she knows firsthand, many of her very good friends have had their careers ended by injuries that took place in a ring where they just continued.
Yeah, Lee is talking to our referee, and as you say, she's seen a lot, so if she's concerned, then that means this is a serious situation.
Well, NGW is all about the new generation of British wrestling, but if that new generation gets ended on television, Dave, that is not the right message to send out. And I bet Lebet is now questioning his decision to tell the referees to let this go.
This match is essentially on hold at the moment as our referee tries to talk to Liam Slater, as does our guest timekeeper, Katarina Lee.
This may be the shortest double main event, Dave, we've ever had on this programme, because oh, look at Screwface, just stalking his prey. And this is the point where referee Adam J has to intervene. But how do you stop a man as scary looking as Screwface?
Screwface with that deranged look in his eyes, reminiscent actually of Connors.
Oh, look at this. Well, I don't know if that's a wise decision, but Katarina Lee telling Screwface to step back. Hopefully he'll respect her time in the industry.
That's a dangerous, dangerous move by Katarina Lee. Oh my goodness, what was that?
Oh.
What was that?
Oh, that was that mist that temporarily blinded Liam Slater last season. Oh, this is horrible.
Screwface spraying some kind of mist into the eyes of Katarina Lee.
Oh, wow.
As you say, Liam Slater knows exactly how that feels. And well, Slater was temporarily blinded by that spray when it happened to him. Let's hope the same hasn't happened to Katarina Lee.
Slater's in shock, Dave, as am I. I mean, that's going to be a serious fine from Mark the Beast Lebet. What was Screwface doing? I mean, this is not good, Dave. We're going to have to go to a commercial break.
We'll be back in just a moment as this one continues here on British Wrestling Weekly.
The show you're about to see is performed by highly trained professional athletes. The moves and actions that take place are incredibly dangerous when not performed by skilled professionals. Please do not attempt to try and do any of what you see in this program at home.
Back here on British Wrestling Weekly, a huge grudge match in progress between Liam Slater and Screwface as Joseph Connors continues to be a malignant presence by the stage.
And we knew this. Whoa, look, roll up there. So Liam Slater.
Cover, and we got two.
Wow. I was trying to say that we knew this was going to be a serious grudge match. Oh, straight down on that leg. But before the commercial break, female British wrestling legend Katarina Lee sprayed by that mist of Screwface, and now look at this merciless, relentless battering on that injured leg of Liam Slater.
Well, Slater landed awkwardly on that left leg after coming off the top rope before the break, and since then, Screwface has been focusing absolutely relentlessly on that leg as he continues to do that.
And it should be mentioned, it was told to me before the commercial break, El Ligero, who is in our main event against the man you can see intermittently on the stage, Joseph Connors. Ligero is not yet at the Hull City Hall. No one knows where he is. Very unlike Ligero to run late. Hopefully we'll have more on that story, and he will be here for our main event. And talking to people, absent without leave, missing in action, Dave Bradshaw, Mark the Beast Lebet is still unable to gain contact and communication with Liverpool's #1, Zach Gibson. We have not seen him since last season.
So many issues on the plate of our new executive producer. And he's got another one now with Katarina Lee after what Screwface did to her. Before the break, here comes Slater with an elbow into the side of the face. Slater's still trying to fight back despite the agony that he must be going through.
God, Screwface, I tell you, when we first saw him, we thought he was just a big, strong, scary guy. But there is a method to his madness. He is relentless on the leg of Slater. And there's only so long, Dave, that this can go before the match has to be called to a finish because Slater's unable to stand.
Yeah, it's a really good point. It's a mistake, I think, to describe Screwface as some kind of rabid animal. There is a method there, a strategy, a very clear one that he is employing.
And Slater is essentially one-legged in this match. And look at Screwface straight back. Oh my, wow. Oh, I tell you what, if that ankle wasn't broken before, there's a very strong chance it is right now.
The heart of Slater to even stay in this at this point. Screwface doesn't care, does he? Totally callous in the way he is assaulting Liam Slater. This match continues, but how much longer can this go on if Slater is in this condition?
Oh, Slater calling on Screwface, saying bring it on. And he gets an A for heart and courage, but maybe a Z for intelligence here, because he's letting his rage fuel him, and this could prematurely end his career. You can't fight a man like Screwface with one leg.
Even on two legs, it's a tall order, and Screwface is, I think, a bit stunned by this tenacity of Slater.
Listen to this crowd at the Hull City Hall erupting, Dave, for the courage of Liam Slater. Huge enziguri kick to the back of the head of the big man.
Yeah, but look, Screwface didn't go down. He didn't go down off that enziguri.
Oh, what's Slater got in mind now? Left and right. trying to fight. He's keeping them open, those hands, Dave, trying to stay within the rules. Oh, wow.
Slater is fired up here on British Wrestling Weekly. A grudge match against Screwface.
Look, you can't even climb the ropes there, Dave. Slater's in a bad, bad way. And now, yeah, now those fists are closed. And look, referee Adam J reprimanded.
No. Oh, hang on a second. Screwface.
Oh.
With a powerbomb into the turnbuckles on Slater. He takes out the leg again.
Oh, straight back to... Oh, look at that. Oh, ankle lock. Oh, Dave, that's got to be...
That will do it. That will do it. Slater's got a tap.
And he is in the centre of the ring, Dave. And that is the worst place to be in a submission hold like that. Slater needs to get to the ropes, and he does.
But how much energy did that take from Liam Slater to get to the bottom rope? Look at Screwface with headbutts and strikes, and again into the ankle lock.
Oh, he's back on it. Oh, and he's gone back with it, Dave. All the pressure, and now there is no hope of Slater to get to the ropes.
Yes.
Honestly, in my opinion, this is just a matter of time.
He can't withstand this. Slater cannot withstand this. There is absolutely no way. Liam Slater must be on the point of... He's barely conscious here.
In a hold like this, Dave, if you're in it for too long and you don't tap, there is a very strong possibility that you pass out from the... Oh, referee Adam J's ringing the bell. Oh.
Yeah, that's a smart decision. A smart decision for the long-term future of Liam Slater. Get him off there. Get him off him. Match is over. Made your point.
He looks hell-bent on ending Liam Slater. Look at this. Screwface is relentless. I've used that word before, but it's really the truth. And Connors, whatever effect Connors has on Screwface, this calming influence, it may have just saved Slater's career.
Well, Liam Slater, so courageous in the latter half of that match, but at what cost to his long-term well-being? That ankle may be seriously damaged.
And it's interesting to note Adam J called for a referee stoppage after how much he let go. We know the referees have earpieces that go directly to the back, and you've got to believe that Mark Lebet may have gone back on what he believed and told Adam J, start enforcing those rules and bring some order into this.
Well, if he did that, I wholeheartedly endorse that decision, because Liam Slater needs to think about living to fight another day.
Oh.
Screwface now. Screwface attacking some of our ring crew.
There are going to be fines galore after this one. And this is only one half of our double grudge match main event. We've still got Connors and Ligero still to come. And Ligero, as far as we know, Dave, isn't here yet.
Well, Connors is now directing Screwface. What's he saying to him? Well, Screwface, I think, has some evil intentions here. Oh, he's got that chain. He's got that chain.
Oh, this is the chain that took El Ligero out for the entire end of last season. It's the reason he missed that Team Warfare match. And now it's coming back into play by the looks of it.
Look at the look of hatred on Liam Slater's face towards Connors as Connors taunts him in the ring and kicks him in the face. This is danger. Huge danger here for one of NGW's favourites, Liam Slater. Someone get out here and stop this.
They've tried that. Oh, Dave! I just saw. It's El Ligero.
Ligero is here. El Ligero is here, and he's brought a steel chair with him. Just in the nick of time, El Ligero saves Liam Slater.
Well, that answers the question from earlier, because if Ligero's in the whole City Hall, Dave, it means we are going to get that main event coming up, I mean, literally before the end of the show. Connors and Ligero, no need to wait for weeks and weeks, it's coming up before we go off air.
Yeah, that huge main event is coming up as El Ligero's music resounds around Hull City Hall. Let's talk as well, Alex, about next time here on British Wrestling Weekly. Speaking of enormous matches, what about that Gen X fatal four-way match between Robbie X, Matt Myers, Wild Boar Mike Hitchman and Bubblegum?
You're right, we waited all season for it, the first ever ladder match on this programme, and not only is it the first ladder match, it's a four-way ladder match, and the winner of that match will get a guaranteed shot at the NGW Undisputed Heavyweight Champion, who after last week's episode we know is now definitely Nathan Cruz. Will it be Hitchman? Will it be Myers? Will it be Bubblegum? Or will it be Robbie X? We're going to find out on the next episode. four-way ladder match, Gen X style. It's going to be huge.
Well, we've seen some incredible things here on British Wrestling Weekly, but that ladder match might be the wildest thing we've seen yet. Take a look at this.
You know, as excited as I am for this four-way ladder match, there's part of me that's I'm almost a bit annoyed. You know, the thing that makes the Gen X is that 10-minute time limit. But this time, in my first televised title defence, we don't have that time limit. That time limit is gone. And not just that, I'm in a four-way match, which in itself is quite tricky as a title defence. And then we're making it a ladder match as well, so the odds are really stacked against me. But I'm ready for this, because trust me when I say there is nothing I want more than that opportunity to face Nathan Cruz for the NGW Undisputed Championship. You know, Robbie X is probably one of the better friends I've made in wrestling. I think he's a great talent, but you know, I faced him before in the Gen X qualifying matches and it went to a time limit draw, so maybe I didn't beat him, but he didn't beat me either. You know, and then we've got wild ball Mike Hitchman. And I'll admit, you know, the first time I ever saw him compete, I was terrified. I thought, you know, I never want to get in the ring with this guy. You know, and I beat Wild Ball, and nobody thought I was going to do it. You know, everybody doubted me, but I did. And then there's Bubblegum, the once undefeated NGW Gen X champion. And you know, the emphasis there is on the word once. I've beaten him before, and trust me, I will beat him again. So you know, what they probably don't even believe, or what they're not even thinking about, is that right now, I am on the biggest winning streak of my career. And you know, it's even hard for me to believe, but let's be honest, it's a fact. And it's a fact that isn't going to change at Regeneration X.
It may just raise the roof off of Hull City Hall. A four-way ladder match between Robbie X, Matt Myers, Wild Ball Mike Hitchman and Bubblegum. The winner gets a shot at the end of the season against undisputed champion Nathan Cruz. But coming up next, this week's main event, El Ligero against Joseph Connors on British Wrestling Weekly.
The show you're about to see is performed by highly trained professional athletes. The moves and actions that take place are incredibly dangerous when not performed by skilled professionals. Please do not attempt to try and do any of what you see in this program at home.
Back here on British Wrestling Weekly, it is time for our main event and the second of two huge grudge matches here in Hull City Hall. The Mexican sensation is about to go head to head, toe to toe with the righteous Joseph Connors, a deranged individual. There's something just really unsettling. It just puts me on edge, even being in the same room, in the same vicinity as Joseph Connors.
Well, there's a saying that whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you're usually right. Joseph Connors believes he has won the battle psychologically before he even enters the ring, and in every single scenario we've seen him in in-ring competition, that's been the case, Dave. Liam Slater's fallen victim to that. Will El Ligero be the same, or will the winning streak of the righteous Joseph Connors finally end on this main event of British Wrestling Weekly?
Behind those eyes is a disturbed mind. And Joseph Connors has tormented not only Liam Slater, as we saw earlier, but El Ligero for a very long time. So we await the arrival of the Mexican sensation, and make no doubt about it, Alex, El Ligero wants a piece of Joseph Connors in the worst possible way.
And El Ligero, Dave, I think is the strongest competition Connors has faced on this show.
Much like Liam Slater, El Ligero is a fan favourite here in Hull City Hall and around the country with NGW fans. But Ligero has, again like Slater, been tormented. His happy-go-lucky approach to life has been compromised by the way that Joseph Connors has tried to bring him into this weird, tangled web that is Connors' existence.
Well, in many ways, Dave, that may be the Achilles heel of Joseph Connors, because with Liam Slater, this is a young man that puts everything out in the open. We know where he's from, we know about his family, we know where he trained. El Ligero is shrouded in mystery. Who is the man behind the mask? Well, Dave, if you don't know the human being behind the Hall mask, then it is very, very difficult to get inside his head. And that is a conundrum that Joseph Connors has been trying to untangle, I would say, since last season.
Well, in the coming moments here, we are going to see, I'm sure, just how effectively Joseph Connors has been able to apply those mind games to El Ligero. But you're right, Ligero is looking confident as he approaches this one, going eyeball to eyeball now with his nemesis. And after the intensity of that match between Slater and Screwface, we can expect to see much of the same here.
And it was interesting, Ligero didn't make his trademark entrance, jumping and rolling over the top rope. He got straight in the ring and got straight eye to eye with Joseph Connors.
Ligero pointing out to Connors that the crowd here in Hull are firmly behind the Mexican sensation.
Ligero is one of the most popular wrestlers in NGW history, and Joseph Connors is going to find the weight of this audience's support like a second opponent in this huge grudge match main event.
Crowd here anticipating just how intense what we are about to see might be. Look at Ligero pointing his finger in the face of Connors, and Connors gets things underway.
Big right hand by Connors and a forearm by Ligero. A referee already reprimanding Connors about those closed fists and a high knee lift there.
Exchanging strikes early on, these two, and Connors, the bigger of the two men, gets the better of it. Sends Ligero into the corner, but Ligero comes out with a clothesline, and Connors is reeling.
And the strategy used by Ligero so far is like that of Liam Slater, and that's because Ligero has been mentoring Liam Slater. And look, Ligero straight to the outside. Comes round after Connors.
Ligero, the run up and kicks Connors between the shoulder blades. Now Ligero starting this one off at a fast pace, not giving Connors any time to rest at ringside as he throws him immediately back into the ring.
As I was saying, like Liam Slater earlier on, he is taking the fight to Joseph Connors, and that's exactly what he's got to do.
He'll go for an early cover here. Lateral press, but didn't hook the leg, and Connors gets out on two.
Big drop kick by the Mexican sensation. And it'll be interesting to see the fast lucha libre style of El Ligero come straight head on with that psychological, cerebral, assassin-esque style of Joseph Connors.
I wonder if Ligero was trying for that C4L already, and he might be again. Connors had it scouted and slid quickly to the outside, but Ligero with a dropkick. And Connors is just a step behind the pace once more.
And that's that lucha libre influence that I mentioned earlier. Ligero using the trademark offense that he has been so well known for around British wrestling and now around the world.
Connors catches him. Connors catches Ligero. And Connors can do what he likes, Ligero gets away. Ligero face first into the ring post.
Like a mirror image of what we saw earlier. Screwface earlier on went into that exact ring post in our opening match, and Ligero has repeated history.
El Ligero has been knocked silly by that impact into the ring post. And as you say, there are parallels here, because just like Liam Slater was hurt with that leg earlier, now we find El Ligero on the outside, with the referee having to check that he's okay to continue.
And look at the eyes of Joseph Connors. It's like the lights are on, but there's nobody home. However, unfortunately, what we know about Connors is there is somebody home. Somebody dark, somebody manipulative, and somebody twisted.
Ligero is trying to shake off the cobwebs here, but Connors is going to continue the assault, and that won't do him any favours. Big forearm into the side of the head.
Oh, and what's Connors going for here? Is he going to just scoop Ligero up like a small child? And often we don't talk about the strength of the righteous Joseph Connors, but this guy is put together and a technician in that ring. It's worth mentioning, Dave, that during our commercial break, Liam Slater was being seen by our medics, and there is a very strong possibility that he's going to be taking a trip to hospital in the coming minutes and moments.
The same might be true of El Ligero if Connors has his way as he puts his foot across the back of the neck of the Mexican sensation. And Connors, you can tell, feels like he is in control as he takes a moment to rest and soak in the damage that he's caused so far.
And if you're wondering why Lilith is not at ringside, that's because Mark the Beast Lebet, the new executive producer for New Generation Wrestling, has banned her from ringside. And after what we saw earlier with Catalina Lee, Dave, I think that is a very, very wise decision.
Yeah, we'll try and get you an update on Catalina Lee if we can, as well as Connors. That elbow, another one into the side of the head of El Ligero. Connors has Ligero lined up, but Ligero fights back with an uppercut.
And that ring post, Dave, has taken a huge toll on the Mexican sensation. He has not been the same since his head hit that, and who can blame him? When head hits steel, steel always wins.
Connors will go for another cover here, got that left leg hooked, and Ligero quickly kicks out. But yeah, you get the impression at this point in the match that Ligero is just trying to survive. He's just trying to maintain some kind of grip on this, hanging on by his fingernails as Connors tries to put him away.
And look at Connors, talk about a strategy. Exactly where Ligero hit that post by using those closed fists on the floor. Connors is trying to make Ligero even more groggy and even more disorientated.
Connors is taunting El Ligero as well, trying to tell him to get to his feet when he knows that as soon as Ligero does, he's going to strike him down again.
And this crowd attempting as best they can to support the Mexican sensation, but right now, when your vision goes and your head is blurred, it's almost impossible to continue a professional wrestling match. Look at Ligero using the referee for support.
Connors is going to pick Ligero up. Oh, snake eyes into the top turnbuckle.
Head first into a steel turnbuckle again. The strategy of Connors, Dave, this guy is like a grand chess master in a professional wrestling ring.
Now, you talked about this crowd. I think they're doing a great job because the wind must have been taken out of their sails somewhat by the injury sustained by Liam Slater, and now the fact that Connors is dominating against El Ligero, but our fans continuing to support the Mexican sensation, and he is feeding off that energy.
Well, don't forget that Liam Slater lost his match against Screwface, and they are egging on El Ligero to balance the score for the forces of light against the forces of darkness right here on British Wrestling Weekly, and no one represents the forces of darkness more than Joseph Connors.
Connors getting frustrated. We've got to go to a commercial break, our last one. This match continues when we return. Ligero trying to fight back against Joseph Connors in this grudge match, our main event. Ligero rolls up Connors and gets a 2 count.
During our commercial break, the relentless onslaught from Joseph Connors continued, but Ligero showed signs of, showed signs of coming back and bringing the fight to Connors, but Connors is just too much of a formidable force for the Mexican sensation right now.
It's been an uphill struggle for Ligero ever since he went face first into that ring post early in the match. And Connors with that strike, that clothesline to the back of the head a minute ago.
Ligero looked like he was going to be caught in a powerbomb there by Connors, but managed to reverse it.
He remains wobbly on his feet though, does Ligero. That won't help at all. The double foot stomp Sends the Mexican sensation down. Connors, I think, senses that the end is near. And look at that, you can tell, he's starting to get a little bit cocky here.
Oh, I think you know what he'll be looking for, Dave, is that righteous kill DDT. It has rapidly become one of those devastating moves in New Generation Wrestling. And, oh, well, no, maybe not. Maybe he's going, oh.
Hang on a minute.
We've seen this before.
Yeah, Connors was trying to pick Ligero up. Instead he rolls through. Sunset flip and Ligero kicks Connors in the side of the head.
Oh, out of instinct, landed in a cover there, but just the two. It looked like Connors was going to go for that up into a powerbomb position and then run Ligero into the turnbuckle, and with the damage that we've seen to Ligero's head, that could have been curtains, and that's why the Mexican sensation so desperately got out of that one.
I'm not sure El Ligero even knew that he was landing on Connors for that pin attempt, but he came remarkably close to picking up the win there.
It was just instinct, Dave. And talking of instinct, listen to this crowd. They feel now the Mexican sensation maybe in a position to turn the corner, and it looks like, Dave, he's going to be set. Mate, surely not that C4L. Look at this. Oh.
He went for it, but again, Connors knew it was coming. Goes for a clothesline. Ligero blocks Connors off the ropes. Here comes Ligero again. C4L! C4L!
Oh my God.
By El Ligero!
Out of nowhere. Oh, but Connors, the force of that impact threw Connors out of the ring.
A bad stroke of luck for El Ligero, who, if Connors, as you say, if he'd stayed in the ring, I think Ligero would have just won this match.
And Connors is out. And Ligero, this could be a bad move by the Mexican sensation, because by going out of the ring, he's going to break that count. Ligero could have won this by count out, but that's not the way the Mexican sensation would feel content in beating the righteous Joseph Connors.
Yeah, right, that's absolutely right. Ligero wants to make a point. He wants to make a statement about what Connors has been doing to him over the past several months here by pinning him in the middle of the ring, shoulders to the mat. And he may get the chance, because I think Connors is still unconscious, even now he's in the ring.
Well, his head hit that canvas on the C4L, rolled out the ring, and then hit it on the wooden floor here at the Hull City Hall. Ligero needs to make a cover or hit a second C4L.
Ligero to his feet, he's not going for the pin. That might be an error. Yeah, I'm not sure Ligero has the wherewithal to know that he's supposed to do that right now.
Oh, you know what he's going for, Dave? He's going, it looks like, for that Mexican wave splash from the top. It's the move that he's used to beat his opponents outside of the C4L. And if he can land this on Joseph Connors, it's all over for the righteous one.
Question is, though, does Ligero have the balance at this point in the match to hit that move?
It's a great point, because if your equilibrium is damaged and not in kilter, then getting to that top rope is a monumental task. And Connors was right there.
Yeah, it took too long. It took too long for El Ligero to get there. And Connors able to find a way back.
Oh, it's what he went for earlier, Dave. And, oh, watch this. Oh, gosh.
Into the turnbuckle goes El Ligero, that neck snapping back. And now this could be all, because Connors, I think, is lining him up for the righteous kill.
Oh, Dave, Ligero's got to do everything to get out of this one. Oh, and he hits it. Oh, no.
Ligero dumped on his head. Connors with the cover, and this one is over.
Ladies and gentlemen, the righteous Joseph Connors.
Well, Ligero tried everything. He threw all he had at Joseph Connors, despite being hurt early in the match, but it just didn't have enough in the end. Connors victorious.
And Connors, it's a huge win for Connors, because without any outside interference or assistance, and he's calling for a mic from Stevie Aaron, and who's, it's Screwface.
Now, why is Screwface here? If there's one person we don't need to see out here at the moment, it's Screwface. If there's one person we don't need to hear from on a microphone at the moment, it's Joseph Connors.
And what is Connors doing? He's motioning to, this does not look good. And after all of our ringside helpers that got attacked essentially by Screwface earlier, there's not going to be a long line of people that are going to want to save Ligero.
Ligero is entirely at the mercy of Screwface and Connors. He's not even awake, he's not even conscious.
What has Joseph Connors got in mind, Dave? This is not looking good at all.
That malevolent grin on the face, that smirk on the face of Joseph Connors. What has he got in mind here? Take your win and leave.
We are about to do what Diablo has tried and tried time and time again to do with the hero.
Oh no.
And that's reveal you in front of all these people.
No.
It's time to unmask El Ligero.
Oh God.
No promo, no build-up, no video. Anyone watching this at home or live is about to see the real Mexican sensation.
Are they really going to do this, Dave?
No, they won't. They can't do
Of
that.
course, there's one man who can prevent this from happening. You know him, I know him, Liam Slater.
What?
Come out here right now.
That's ridiculous. Slater's hurt.
You want me to show the whole world what El Ligero really looks like?
Dave, I don't even know if Slater's still in the building. He may have been, I mean, he was advised to go to hospital.
Well, yeah. Counting down his Connors. Oh. This is absurd. Oh, he's here, he's here. Liam is here.
Don't take one more step. You're that close. You're that close, Liam. Stay back. I'm so proud of you, Liam. I look at you standing there. I've been a thorn in your side ever since I came back to New Generation Wrestling, haven't I?
Isn't that the truth?
You fought and you fought and you brained up against us, but what really have you accomplished? It's time for you to ascend. It's time for you to be the man that I know you can be. Now you may be thinking, how can I stop this? Well, it's real simple. Are you ready to do a deal? A deal with the devil, some might say.
Oh, what's Connor's got in mind?
All I want, all I care about, all I need is a match. A simple tag team match. It'll be myself and Screwface taking on Liam Slater. And our friend who finds himself in the predicament he's in right now, El Ligero. And if you win that match, Liam, myself, Screwface, Liv, we will leave NGW forever.
Really? That's great.
Wow. But what's the catch, Dave?
But when we win, you, Liam, will walk down to the ring, step by my side in your rightful place, and you will join me forever.
No way.
There's absolutely no way that Liam Slater.
Now, I don't want to hear the words out of your mouth. I don't want you to work this audience into a frenzy. All you need to do is shake your head for no or nod your head for yes. And you can save your little Mexican friend. What's it gonna be?
What is Slater going to do here? We're almost out of time. Slater has a decision to make. Slater has a decision to make. Oh yeah, Slater!
Oh.
Slater says yes! Slater says yes to that enormous tag team match!